We are very much looking forward to everyone being able to experience Nintendo Switch 2.
Welcome to MojoPlays, and since Nintendo has finally given us more information on the Switch 2 and what games we can expect for it, we're going over the biggest reveals from the latest Direct showcasing the upcoming console.
I give you my life.
But before we dive into it, we publish new content all week long. So be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 10, Nintendo Switch 2 Editions.
Some games that were released on Switch will receive upgraded versions that offer things like improved visuals, unique ways to play on Switch 2, and more.
We knew that the new console would be backwards compatible, but Nintendo also has a few Switch 2 editions planned for older games. This part of the Direct began with details on Super Mario Party Jamboree and how it would include new gameplay and modes that take advantage of the console's new features, like the mouse controls and dedicated camera. More on those later. But it isn't the only one getting an upgrade. Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are getting visual enhancements, as well as their own app called Zelda Notes, which guides players towards secrets they haven't found and lets them share Ultra Hand creations with friends. Kirby and the Forgotten Land is also getting improved visuals on top of what's basically DLC in Star-Crossed World. As we were all probably expecting, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond and Pokémon Legends ZA are launching on both the Switch and its successor, though will definitely be a lot nicer to look at on Switch 2, and the former will come with an option for mouse controls. If you own the original versions on Switch, you can purchase an upgrade pack rather than pay full price, though Nintendo did not say how much those would cost.
You can play the Nintendo Switch 2 edition by purchasing an upgrade pack. We hope you're looking forward to these Nintendo Switch 2 edition games.
Number 9, Switch Online Upgrade.
And now, some news about Nintendo Switch Online.
Another thing we've known for a while is that Nintendo Switch Online subscriptions will transfer over to the Switch 2. But the Direct gave us a nice update for what's coming to its expansion pack featuring retro games. GameCube. Exclusive to the Switch 2, the fan-favorite console will now be represented with classic games.
Nintendo Switch Online Plus Expansion Pack will be getting a new classic game library exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2.
Nintendo only showed 3 titles that will be available at launch: The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker, Soul Calibur 2, and F-Zero GX. However, more titles are planned, such as Super Mario Sunshine, Pokémon Colosseum, and Chibi Robo, which I am personally looking forward to trying out for the first time. Also, similar to retro-style controllers Switch Online members have been able to purchase in the past, Nintendo is releasing a GameCube controller updated with Switch 2 features.
We hope you're looking forward to Nintendo GameCube, Nintendo Classics.
Number 8, Console Specs and Release Information.
At 7.9 inches, Switch 2 has a bigger built-in screen. Here's how that compares to Nintendo Switch.
The release date for the Switch 2 is right around the corner, June 5th, 2025, with pre-orders going live on April 9th. Weirdly not in the Direct, though released afterwards, was its price point. Players can pick up a standard version for $449.99 US, or one for $499.99 with a digital version of the new Mario Kart. Unfortunately, what Nintendo also neglected to mention until later were price points for new games.
Really? They can do that?
It seems like it'll be a case-by-case basis, with the digital version of Mario Kart World being $80 and Donkey Kong Bonanza listed for $70, and apparently increasing for physical versions. Ouch. But what does the new console bring? Well, there's the larger 1080p LCD screen, which supports up to 120 FPS and HDR for smoother visuals. The new Joy-Cons, which connect magnetically, feature bigger buttons and joysticks, as well as mouse controls that look to provide some interesting gameplay hooks. Other features include a sturdier stand, 2 USB-C ports, 8 times the storage space, that one's really nice, and a new dock that supports up to 4K resolution and has a built-in fan to keep your system cool. Naturally, there's also improved audio and a built-in mic for voice chat.
It also uses noise-canceling technology to filter sounds, so your voice will come through clearly.
Speaking of which, number 7, Game Chat.
Let's take a look at some new experiences it offers.
One of the biggest new features for the Switch 2, though one that Nintendo is obviously late to the party on, is voice chat, or, as they call it, Game Chat. The new Joy-Cons, as well as the new GameCube and Pro controllers, come with a C button that connects you with friends. You can chat while playing the same game, or screen share while playing entirely different ones.
I think I know where you are. Wait.
Okay, I think we have to try.
Ooh, okay.
You'll use the built-in mic on the system, which, impressively, filters out surrounding noise so that your voice always comes in clear. Nintendo will also be releasing its own camera so you can video chat while playing. And, as we said earlier, this will also be used in specific gameplay scenarios, like with Super Mario Party Jamboree. Game Chat will be available on launch day, and while a Switch Online subscription will be required, a free open access period will last until March 26, 2026.
Game Chat.
Number 6. A ton of third-party support.
You can see them, can't you? The rays of grace that guide you through your burden.
The Direct showcased a ton of third-party support, games coming to Switch 2 that have already been announced. Some are already available on other platforms, like Final Fantasy VII Remake, Cyberpunk 2077, Elden Ring, Split Fiction, and Street Fighter VI. The last one including exclusive modes and amiibo.
さらにゲームと連動するアミーボとアミーボカードも一緒にスイッチ2の発売日にお届けします。お楽しみに。
There were a few others which haven't been released yet, though, such as Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4, Project 007, and Borderlands 4. It's nice to think the Switch 2 may not get left behind in that regard. There were even some exciting upcoming indies teased, like Enter the Gungeon 2, new Deltarune chapters, and Hades 2. And how about them casually throwing in Hollow Knight Silksong with a 2025 release? Yeah, we won't hold our breath on that one. Number 5. Kirby Air Riders. Gun to my head, never in a million years would I have guessed a sequel to Kirby Air Ride would be announced for Switch 2. It's been over 20 years since the original launched on GameCube, and it holds a special place in the hearts of many Kirby fans. However, it wasn't exactly a smash hit. Nintendo choosing to revisit it now is strange, but you know what they say about not looking a gift horse in the mouth.
Kirby Air Ride, which originally released on the Nintendo GameCube system over 20 years ago, is getting a brand new game.
We didn't get much of a look at the new game, which is scheduled for a general 2025 release, not even gameplay. But with news that Masahiro Sakurai, the director of several Kirby titles, including the original Racer, as well as the Super Smash Bros. Series, we're definitely eager to see more. Number 4. Hyrule Warriors, Age of Imprisonment.
A war was fought to vanquish this evil, one which future generations would call the Imprisoning War.
The Hyrule Warriors series has been a decently successful spin-off for The Legend of Zelda, so it's not entirely surprising to learn that a new one is on the way. Similar to how Age of Calamity focused on the history of Breath of the Wild, the upcoming Age of Imprisonment will focus on the history of Hyrule shown in Tears of the Kingdom. Though likely non-canonical like its predecessor, we'll play through Zelda's time in ancient Hyrule as she witnesses Ganondorf's rise to power as the Demon King. The trailer showed the princess, Rauru, and Minoru as playable characters, though the ancient sages seem like pretty safe bets for filling out the roster. The first was a pretty fun action game and what-if story, so we expect the sequel will be of similar quality when it releases this coming winter. Number 3. The Dusk Bloods. In addition to an Elden Ring port, the Switch 2 is getting an exclusive title from FromSoftware called The Dusk Bloods in 2026. The trailer kept things pretty vague, though the FromSoftware vibes were immediately obvious before the studio's name even came on screen. Yes, everything looked expectedly spooky, grim, and foreboding, but it also seemed to showcase several playable characters. After the reveal, details on the game were released. It will be a multiplayer PvPvE title that allows up to 8 players. While FromSoftware is mostly known for single-player experiences, the studio is branching out to multiplayer with this and the upcoming Elden Ring Night Rain. Nintendo also shared that we can learn more with a creator's voice article featuring director Hidetaka Miyazaki on its website coming April 4th.
Moon tears will flow for one, and one alone.
Number 2. Mario Kart World.
A brand new entry in the Mario Kart series is launching exclusively on the Nintendo Switch 2 system.
Nintendo opened up the Direct with something we all knew was coming, but had few actual details on. And the new Mario Kart certainly didn't disappoint. On top of looking genuinely incredible, new mechanics we can expect include rail grinding and wall riding, up to 24 racers at once, and items that change your outfit, though what that means for gameplay is yet to be seen. The tracks in World are larger and more expansive than ever before, allowing players to go off-road, literally racing all over the globe. We'll get our expected Grand Prix mode, but there are some new ways to play. There's Knockout mode. Here, you have to be above a certain placement across multiple checkpoints, or else you're kicked out of the race. Then there's Free Roam, which simply lets you wander these massive maps, even with friends, for some more casual exploration. A Mario Kart World Direct releases on April 17th with more details, and the game launches alongside the Switch 2.
Mario Kart World! The game launches on the same day as Nintendo Switch 2.
Number 1. Donkey Kong Bonanza. Mario Kart World may be the system seller, but I cannot deny how giddy I got when a Donkey Kong comeback closed out the Direct. It's been over a decade since DK's last mainline game, Tropical Freeze, so I and every other fan have had to wait quite a long time. Bonanza will also only be his second 3D adventure after Donkey Kong 64. And it looks like an absolute blast, focusing on DK's penchant for punching and showcasing him smashing through various environments. It seems to be a similar approach as Super Mario Odyssey and Kirby and the Forgotten Land, a 3D platformer with lush worlds and grandiose adventure. Although there's a troubling lack of Diddy and the other Kongs in the trailer, it looks incredibly promising, and hopefully will deliver close after the Switch 2's launch on July 17th, 2025. What announcement from the Switch 2 Direct got you most excited? Head to the comments and let us know. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to MojoPlays for more great gaming videos every day.
We appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, there's more where that came from.